you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this?
Oh my god! Oh! This community is fucking stupid.
What's going on, people? It's time for another video, a video talking about the E3 aftermath, because there's things I want to touch on, things I want to talk about, and talk about some things that maybe I even missed. But before I even get into that, you Nintendo and Sony guys, good God. Good God. Especially you Sony guys. I mean, you Sony guys are sensitive, but you Nintendo guys are downright delusional. Now, when you look behind me, you see a lot of games, you see a lot of consoles, you see the credibility, the knowledge, the experience of somebody who is more validated to talk about video games than you. I'm sorry. I am. And if that makes you feel bad, then I don't know what to tell you. You hold nothing in regards to gaming knowledge and gaming history compared to what I have. So, if that hurts your feelings, then deal with it. So, first thing I was going to talk about is this. Like I said before, a lot of you came in with a preemptive bias going into Microsoft E3 press conference. You already came in thinking and knowing and feeling the hate on it because you were already mad about the whole DRM policies. And that is fine. You can be mad at the entire DRM policies. You can hate the Microsoft Xbox One, you can hate Microsoft, you cannot want anything to do with Microsoft because of those DRM policies. I full-heartedly agree if that is your opinion. But what I don't agree is this. If you go into that dismissing every game shown and every game announced all because of the DRM policies. A game does not suck because it has DRM policies. A game is not impressive just because it has DRM policies. That is what you don't understand. You Sony and Nintendo guys, you did not go into this conference with any kind of objectivity. You already came in knowing and thinking you were going to hate it because of the DRM. Me? I'm not as blinded and jaded as you drones. I took it for what it was. I wanted to see games, and that's what Microsoft did. They showed games. Now in regards to the whole DRM thing, the whole policy thing, you know, listen, you can look at the dislikes of my videos, you can look at the dislikes of many other people who talk about the Xbox One's videos. Right there shows you why Microsoft had to get rid of that, because people are hurt and people do not like it. Period. The fact that their entire press conference and all of their games shown was completely overshadowed by the DRM policies goes right there to show you how upset it made people and why they needed to get rid of it ASAP. So they got rid of the DRM, they got rid of region free, they got rid of region lock and made it region free, and they removed all those policies, and what do we see? We don't see people celebrating or, oh, this is something good, or I'm happy that Microsoft caved in, the people had a voice, the gamers had a voice, we came there, we said something. No! We have Sony drones coming out here making fun, talking about how Microsoft had to cave in. Microsoft, really, a cause for celebration, and what do the drones do? They cry and they hate more. All while going on, Sony's doing a little reach round, coming through the back door, making you pay to play online, something that you were crying about for the last 10 years that you would never do, and you're doing it willingly. Now we get all the justifications, all the excuses, all the hypocrisy on why they're going to pay to play, when before you would never pay to play based on principles. Pathetic, unimaginative, and sorry, if I must say so myself. So moving on. Multiplats don't matter. Microsoft didn't win because multiplats apparently don't matter. which is funny because multiplats matter a lot to people. You know, when Nintendo consoles and Nintendo platforms, like Nintendo's not getting GTA 5, then multiplats matter. Nintendo's not getting this game, that game, or the other game, or this game, but then multiplats matter. But you know, when Microsoft gets tons of multiplats that are on PC and Xbox and not on your console of choice, multiplats do not matter. It's funny how those things kind of work, isn't it? It's very funny. Another thing I want to talk about is, why is Nintendo having such a hard time releasing games? Nintendo should be releasing games at the quickest pace out of all of the corporations and companies and the hardware companies. Why? Because they are working on the least powerful and simplest hardware, apparently. Why should games take a while to create when your hardware is weak in last gen? You're not doing all these extra things. You're not doing all this tessellation. You're not doing any of this DX11 things. You're not doing any of this, so tell me why things are taking forever when the graphical fidelity of your games is of the lowest common denominator. Explain that to me. Please explain that to me. Please tell me, and please explain that to me. You're not dealing with a supercomputer. You're not dealing with all the complexities of a gaming rig. You're not dealing with the complexities of a GTX 690 or the highest end gaming PCs. You have the most bare bone, simple console out there, and yet you're talking about how it takes a ton of time to make games. Not only that, but Nintendo is not known for making games with any kind of online components, really. Anything that desires or needs a large online infrastructure, multiple patches, or anything like that. They have to do the least work, have the least things to work with, and yet they take the longest to make games. That makes absolutely no sense. Which brings up to my next thing. Nintendo as a whole really needs to get some competitive games out there. Period. Like the N64 days, you had, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf, Mario Kart, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, everything 4-player split screen, everything competitive, all kinds of games that you can play with your friends. Nowadays, like, what does Nintendo have that's competitive that I want to sit down with and play with my friends against? There is nothing that screams, get a Wii U, go online, get into a game, play online with your friends. There is nothing, and they need to recapture that and bring it back. Now on to my next thing. When I said Sony fans are sensitive but Nintendo fans are delusional, how any of you Nintendo fans can think that you did not have the worst E3 and that you had the best E3 but on a better E3 than Microsoft is well beyond me. I mean, let's look at the list. Bayonetta 2, Xenoblade 2, Mario Kart 9, Super Smash Bros. Wii U, 2014 releases. Yoshi's Yarn was absent. Shin Megami Tensei X Fire Emblem was completely absent. Art Academy, Wii U Fit, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Wii U Party, Super Luigi U, and no third-party support for 2014. I have not heard of any major announcements for any 2014 games for the Wii U. Correct me if I'm wrong. So we got 10 games I just announced, and on the Microsoft Xbox One side we have Ryse, Killer Instinct, Sunset Overdrive, Forza 5, Minecraft, Quantum Break, D4, Project Spark, Crimson Dragon, Dead Rising 3, Witcher 3, Battlefield 4, Black Tusk, Halo 5, Titanfall, D4, Destiny, Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 15, The Crew, The Division, Metal Gear Solid 5, Need for Speed Rivals, Wolfenstein the New Order, and Mirror's Edge 2. 25 to 10. 25 games you will not be playing on your Wii U. And yet, Microsoft Xbox One had the worst conference, but Nintendo had the best conference. You have the least amount of games, the least amount of third-party support, and pretty much outside of a handful of games, you have nothing in 2014. From 2011 till 2013, I can count the incredible, groundbreaking, blockbuster Nintendo releases on one hand. You've been straight up abandoned by Nintendo. At this point, if you want to play Nintendo games, go out and buy a 3DS. Now, as far as Sony goes, I believe the Sony PlayStation 4 will end up being a better machine and a better console than the Xbox One. It's a cheaper machine. That $100 price point will make a huge difference. PlayStation Plus is better than, well, it's better as a service, with deals and everything. I don't know what yet is to be seen as far as Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus goes as an overall service, but as getting value for your money, PlayStation Plus is better. That is my opinion anyway. But with a $100 less price point, better hardware, better exclusive developers, because I believe that, Microsoft is basically money-hatting people in the long run. They will not be able to compete with the likes of Santa Monica, Naughty Dog, Guerrilla Games, whoever, whatever you want to call them, whoever you want to name, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm not saying that the Xbox One will be the best console. I'm not saying that the Xbox One will be better than the PlayStation 4. But what I am saying is the Xbox One had the clear and definitive best E3 conference. We are gamers, and we play games. And the Xbox One showed the most games. So get over your butthurtness over the DRM that does not exist anymore. Look at things objectively and realize that as gamers, we play games. But all these games are on the PC, which is also funny. You drones and trolls would say that. All I hear all the time is, PC has no games. PC doesn't get games. PC doesn't get this. PC doesn't get that. But yet, PC seems to have every game Xbox One has, all the games it has, the most exclusives every year. But you hypocrites just keep burying yourself into the ground further and further and further. Well, all I can say is this, have fun not having TitanFall, because TitanFall is the game of the show to me. And games like The Division will not be on Wii U. Mirror's Edge 2, Need for Speed Rivals, Metal Gear Solid 5, Final Fantasy 15, Kingdom Hearts 3, Destiny 3, 4, and the whole list. So how you can believe to me, or even explain to me, that the Wii U is doing well, or is even the best E3, when it's missing out on all those games as well, stupid. Microsoft Xbox One, best E3 conference. That is it. That is a wrap. Live with it. Deal with it. Accept it.